Miss Cast, I'm going to start with you. You sold a car to Miss Daniels and she paid you for it. Then she found that she couldn't register it, and you sold the car a little over 6 weeks ago. So my first question to you is, how long had you had the car before you sold it? We had the car about 3 weeks prior. Who's we? My husband and I. Where did you get it from? We bought it from a person in Indiana and picked it up in Chicago. Had you ever done that before? Yes. So you do this as a business? No. So you clearly didn't buy the car for your own personal use. I did. Well, then why did you sell it 3 weeks later? Because while we were working on the car, we found another one that was a newer model at a fair price that we wanted to have rather than this one. Well, that's very nice. I don't believe a whole bunch of your story. It's the truth. The reason I don't believe a whole bunch of your story is because this young lady bought the car and she paid you how much for it? 2500美元. How much had you paid for it? We paid $2,000 for it. So you had it for 3 weeks and you sold it for a profit. No, we sold it to cover the expenses of the repairs we put in it. You sold it for a profit. You had it 3 weeks and you sold it for a profit, and you hadn't registered it in your name. Is that also correct? That is correct. It's all getting smellier and smellier. So since I don't believe you that the reason you sold the car after 3 weeks and made a profit, and then she finds out there's a whole bunch of paperwork after she gave you the money for it. How old are you? 32. And how old are you? 54, little older. And how many cars have you purchased? 3. If I were to call motor vehicles, how many cars have you and your husband purchased in the last 10 years? Probably 4. How many cars did you buy that you didn't register? None, except this one, except this one, not so sure. In any event, she calls you right away. She says, I don't have a title here. And you ascertain what? The car, according to the title, has been sold 5 times on the title because apparently in the state of Indiana, private dealers can sell so many times on the same title without registering it. The final private dealership sold it to a private owner who I'm assuming sold it to her and then sold it to me, but the car is titled to somebody, who I would believe is like 5-6 owners ago. Did you try to register the car with that title? I talked to the DMV about it and they were you can't tell me what they said. Were you able to register the car? You were not. So you brought the car back to her house? Yes. And you left it? Yes. On what date? February the 22nd. That was 3 days after you had given her the $2,500. Correct. So why don't you give her money back? Part of what you're hearing, Judge, is not true. Just a second. Well, let's see what's not true. Okay, let's see what's not true. She gave you $2,500 for the car. She's not complaining that there was anything really wrong with the car, which is why she brought it back to you, nor are you claiming that there was any damage to the car because you have a counterclaim that's ludicrous, but I will entertain it piece by piece. Okay, so you know that it's not a mechanical issue, and what she was complaining about was the title of it that made it difficult for her to register. Let's just say difficult for her to register. It's 3 days later. You've had the car 3 weeks. Well, now you've had the car 3 weeks and 3 days. Now she gives it back to you. It's on your property. Why didn't you just give her money back and say, listen, I'll find somebody else to buy the car? Okay, to begin with, the title was not the reason she was bringing the car back. There are a list of reasons that she wanted to bring the car back, and initially she didn't even want to bring the car back. Did she bring the car back to your house? She left it at our house 3 days later. Yes, and that was not enough time that she would not have even known if she could not register the car if that were true. Did you give her a clean title that was in her a clean title to the car? Yes, there was no lien or anything on the car. No, that's not a clean title. Did you give her a title that allowed her to register the car? Just walk into DMV and say, here's my bill of sale, here's the title from Mrs. Cast, and they say, fine, give me $3,250 and I'll register the car for you. Yes, or did you have to give her instructions on how to do it? No, she could have done it on her own. When I found out when she was threatening me with charging me with title jumping or whatever it was called, title jumping. Okay. I contacted an attorney and the motor vehicle department. The motor vehicle department actually instructed me while I was on the phone what to do. And she said, go to this website, print this application, laughter, and feed it. You'll do it. I did do it. And she was instructed to do it. Do it. Let me tell you how. You're going to do it because she's dropping the car back off because you had it towed to her house. She's dropping the car back at your house. You take the car and have it registered. Judge for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.